Hello everyone, another week, more Peacemaker. However, this is late. Yeah, I know. I forgot about it. I actually have my pajamas on and I'm ready to head to bed. That's how late it is. But I just, before I went to bed, I looked at my phone and I saw the fact that there was a notification about the fact that Peacemaker went up. I got a message from the HBO Max app and I was like, oh no! No, I forgot. Dang it, I forgot that I was supposed to make that video. No, I completely forgot. And the reason for that, I would like to explain myself, which, by the way, this episode disrespects, and I am not happy about that one. Anyway, I was playing Pokemon, okay? I am recording right now Pokemon Crystal for the Generation 2 part of the anime episode talks, which I haven't gotten to yet, but I'm recording the game at least. And I wanted a Phanpy, and Phanpy can only be caught in the morning, and there's a 5% chance for it to appear, and there's a 50% chance for it to flee. So I was too focused on that, and that's why I forgot this. But I'm back, baby. Yes, indeed, even though it's a couple days late. However, I will also say this. The next episode has the potential to be even later than that, sadly enough. It's either gonna be uploaded on like Monday or like Wednesday of the week after, because of the fact that I have to go to my mom's place because my dog's gonna get a haircut. So yeah, but at least that one has an excuse. This one does not. This one was just me forgetting it completely. But anyway, so this starts off with 8 months ago, where John is showing Rick Flag around A.R.G.U.S because he was just made director of this place and he wants to report on his son's death. However, John is a little bit hesitant, but eventually he caves and gives it to him, and he reads it and it's like, ah boy, Peacemaker killed my son. He is very upset, and he then goes over to the woman Bordeaux and is like, hey, set a surveillance on Peacemaker, because of the fact that if Peacemaker does anything wrong, it's going to be bad for him, because that will give Rick Flag a reason to arrest him. Meanwhile, back in present day, we literally start off right where we left off, where we have a dead Peacemaker from another universe, and Peacemaker tries to hide the body but fails at it. So then he calls someone, which later on turns out to be Vigilante, about a saw or something like that. So I guess he's gonna cut up the body. Also, Leota, before going to Peacemaker, goes to her ex's house in order to grab some stuff, and she's not really happy about that. And one of the reasons I guess their relationship fell apart was because of the fact that they were supposed to go to Gotham. And I'm like, well, I'm on Leota's side on this one, because who in their right mind wants to go to Gotham? Haven't you read any Batman stories? That place is god awful. You don't want to go there, okay? Just saying, you don't want to live in Gotham. That is like a no-no, okay? I know bad stuff happens all around the DC world because, you know, stories need to happen and all that stuff, but like Gotham is special for how terrible it is. It is literally just a city full of crime. Also, Harcourt is in the store and she's ready to buy some stuff. Then a woman is like, hey, if you're abused, you can tell me and I can give you some help. And she's like, I wasn't abused, because of the fact that, you know, she has a black eye because she got in a bar fight, you know, that kind of stuff. But the woman automatically thinks she got abused. And I know that some people might be upset about a scene like this, but yeah, I get it. I mean, it is a sad thing that women do get abused, and also it is a sad thing that the women who get abused, they don't really see the fact that they get abused, so they stay in the relationship, or, you know, their brain is just telling them, I can change him or something like that, or I was in the wrong, that kind of stuff. I don't really understand a woman's brain, but hey, that is basically how some of them work, and that is why, you know, this is kind of a thing. But it is sad that that keeps happening. It should not happen. Also, John gets a partner on the surveillance, that being Langston, who apparently likes Leota. I don't see it, but first of all, I'm not into fat chicks, and second of all, I'm also not really into black chicks. But to be honest, the fat part was really the part where I was like, really? But hey, everyone has their taste. This just goes to show there is someone for everyone. Even if you are chubby or fat, there is a guy who likes you. Just hope he's not one of those like feeder guys who likes to feed their women and then basically kill them in that sense, you know. Just disgusting people. Some people are just disgusting. Anyway, Leota is here because of the fact that well, I guess she wants to talk about the room. And also Langston has bird blindness, which comes back later on in the episode, but there's some jokes about that. But anyway, Peacemaker is like, the room was there when I was a kid, okay? My dad made it or found it or whatever. Doesn't really matter. My dad had it, and basically I didn't really touch it until recently. And it's like, yeah, but A.R.G.U.S can see that when you touch it. And also, Rick Flag Sr., he's the head of A.R.G.U.S, and he knows that you killed his son. So, maybe you should give this room to A.R.G.U.S as a good faith present, because if they find this, you are in so much trouble, okay? You're gonna be sent back to jail. And he's like, no, it's mine. So then Vigilante comes to visit because he's here, obviously, for the dead body. They go inside. Peacemaker gets rid of the nudity. And then afterwards, they go into the dimension, which obviously gets a read. However, Bordeaux calls and says, don't do anything to Langston, and also tells Langston not to tell this to John, but once John and Peacemaker are gone, sweep the house, because apparently later on, John is going to go with Peacemaker and Harcourt and also Leota and Vigilante for a little bit of a get-together. So while they are over there, that is when the strike team will infiltrate the house in order to search for whatever was causing this, because we cannot have another Superman situation from that Superman movie, obviously. I do like how this is very well connected, because also, just saying, in the beginning of this episode, we also got some flashbacks to the Suicide Squad. Now, in case you don't remember, my headcanon is the fact that the Crisis on Infinite Earth rebooted the universe in that sense, and that is how certain things remained the same while other things changed. That is basically explained in the final episode of Crisis on Infinite Earth, because while the seasons of Flash have happened in a way, the way that they have happened, Supergirl's always been on the same Earth as the Flash, which is not really something that happened before. They had to go through portals in order to get together and all that stuff. So there are changes, but also some same stuff. That is my headcanon. But I did like the references to, you know, or like the shots of the Suicide Squad. So then afterwards, Vigilante and Peacemaker, they take care of the dead body, and that is when the alien guy comes out and he basically tells him to piss off because the dude never says hi. That joke from the trailer. I think it was from the trailer. It might have been from a clip. I don't remember. To be honest, I didn't really pay much attention to the marketing of this show because I was obviously going to watch it anyway. So then afterwards, he sits in his room and he looks at the phone of his dead self, and he sees a bunch of images of Harcourt and him being together, and it's like, oh god, everything is perfect in that other universe. But then afterwards, he leaves in order to go to the get-together together with Leota, and the get-together is going to be at Harcourt's place because of the fact, which also John arrives at as well, but because of the fact that, well, that's really the only place where we could have the get-together. And also Eagly hates Harcourt, apparently. So we have a little get-together. It is a very nice get-together. Meanwhile, the strike team goes inside, and two of them find the special door, and then Eagly attacks the whole team and takes them all out. W for Eagly, boys. W for Eagly. So then back at the party, Peacemaker and Harcourt, they don't really hit it off, okay? Because he tries to be nice to her, but she's like, I'm not some kind of damsel. It's like, that's not what he was saying, okay? He just really wants to be with you and protect you, like any man would. That doesn't mean you're a damsel in distress. Stop being stupid. It is how we are wired. It's how we are programmed. It is what we are supposed to do. And it has nothing to do with, like, being stronger or, you know, working. It also has to do with the fact that if we are lying in bed together and there's some noise downstairs, that I have to go downstairs to sacrifice myself. That kind of stuff. That is the stuff that we have to do, okay? And that is what he wants to do for her. He wants to love her. And she, in a way, kind of rejects him because, well, it's her. And we need a reason for Peacemaker to go to the other Earth. Yay! So then afterwards, he comes home fully drunk, has a little bit of a bonding moment with Eagly. Does not notice that the whole house is basically or at least his room is fully in shreds and all that stuff, but he doesn't necessarily care about that. Then afterwards, he grabs his doppelganger's phone, opens it up, sends a text to Harcourt, which is not delivered. Afterwards, he's like, you know what, I don't care anymore. He puts in the code, opens the door, and heads over to, apparently, according to the wiki, Earth 2. Which, just saying, because of the whole Crisis thing, I would love it if they were able to make a reference to Stargirl. I know it's far-fetched, but like in the new multiverse of the Arrowverse, I guess you could say, Earth 2 is actually Stargirl's Earth. So it would be nice if we got a little reference, maybe. Like, I know it's asking for much, and James Gunn is probably not gonna do it, but like, it would be nice. But even if we don't get it, as long as we don't get to see too much of Earth 2, I think we'll be fine. So he goes there. Apparently, the dad is searching for Peacemaker or something like that. I don't know. And then afterwards, the text gets delivered, and she apparently sends a text back saying, hey, and also a broken heart. So, yeah, I guess the next episode, Peacemaker's just gonna stay here in Earth 2 because of the fact that here, everything is awesome, boys. But yeah, that's the end of the episode, and just like the first episode, very much liked this episode, which apparently you're not allowed to say without being called a James Gunn shield, but I truly do enjoy Peacemaker. I really enjoy enjoyed season 1, which probably in 2027 I'll be able to get to. And also, I very much enjoyed, you know, the 2 episodes of season 2. I liked Superman. I'm excited for the DCU, even though my excitement has kind of dwindled a little bit because of the fact that, you know, behind the scenes problems are happening because James Gunn was like, here's the slate. And then it's like, yeah, we're just doing, like the Superman saga now. And also we're gonna be doing these movies. And the Authority is just in development hell, so that one might never come out, even though we had a tease for that in Superman with the Engineer. But, yeah, that might just never come out at all. And it's kind of a mess right now. So I kind of would like the James Gunn to kind of get it together because I love DC. I want to see more in this universe, and I want this universe to succeed, okay? Because I will say this is probably DC's last shot at getting a universe together, okay? Because if they fail this time, there is no way they can ever make another universe. And if they fail again, we are gonna get nothing but Batman stuff, and the rest of DC is just gonna be basically disappeared. That is what the future of DC is going to be like if the DCU fails. So I really hope it doesn't fail. I'm excited for more stuff, and even then, I'm also more excited about more Peacemaker. But I'll see you guys for that one. So let me know what you guys thought about this second episode of Peacemaker. And with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Turn on notifications. Don't forget to check out the Let's Play channel link in the description and at the end of the video. And also, little update, I fully finished all of the reviews that I had to do from the big box. Okay, from the big open box, all of it is done. I spent basically a full week, more than a week actually, maybe. I don't actually remember. But anyway, I spent a long time getting all of that done. All the videos have been recorded, edited, and planned, uploaded. So that stuff is done. So, yeah, I'm gonna go back. Actually, no, I'm gonna go to bed, okay? It's late now. I'm gonna go to bed. Bye!